So this class is on living world. Okay, so living world, whatever we see around us, and we also belong to living, right? So we need to define what is living. Then we can see diversity in the living world means many types of animals, many types of plants, many type of organisms as a larger scale. So many types of organisms are there, right? So sorry. So these are the features. So what is actually living and what is non-living? What is the difference between living and non-living? What is the logic behind saying on matter or on material to be living and another is to be non-living? We can see very easily that whatever we say that living system or living things, that is also composed of non-living things or materialistic. Okay, like you can see after death what happens, whatever we are having or other organism have, that get degraded or disintegrated and get diluted and mixed up, get mixed with the earth content or some soil or some other materials whatever present in the inside the earth. Okay, so see, so if we try to define, this is actually very complex things to define what is the living. Okay, so we'll try to define. So see, so living system, we know that some properties are there, some characteristic feature can be seen very easily, like all living organisms grow. So this is the one of the characteristic feature of living system. So you can see that growth only occurs in the living system. Does it really sound good? Hmm? Yeah, it is true that growth happens inside the living system, or overall the growth means, like you can imagine a seed that is containing some cell, some amount of cells, some type of cells, and the food contents. Okay, and energy, so energetic foods or energetic some molecules are there inside the seed. Okay, then seed germinates to form a plant. First plantlet means a little plant and then plant as a whole. Okay, so what is happening, this is growing, right? And in case of microorganisms also, sometimes many multicellular organisms get from one cell, it gets into multicellular form. Okay, so this is all about growth. So growth happens in the organism, but in non-living parts also sometimes growth happens, but in the in different form. Like you can imagine on material is present on the earth, then it some other compounds or some other materials also got also get uh, accumulated over the first material. So it is also growing in the sense of enlarging, or the area or the volume is increasing, right? You can say like this. So little bit of confusion is again arising. So growth, we can say that living organisms mostly have. Okay, so next one is the reproduction. So reproduction is nothing but the generation of another organism from a parental organism. Okay, so what is happening, reproduction in the case of unicellular organism, only division means only division leads to two cell generation. Okay, so two cell means from one cell two cell got generated. Now two cell, each cell is acting as a organism. So organism by cell division only. Okay, by cell division only it is reproduced. Okay, in case of unicellular, but in case of multicellular like us, what happens, from one cell, from the gamete cell, two gamete cell get integrated to form zygote, then from zygote means one cell only. Okay, two cell get attached or somewhat get into a single cell in the form of single cell. Okay, now this single cell, that zygote cell, grows to form the organism larger organism. Okay, so this is the reproduction. So we can see this is also the characteristic feature of living organisms. Okay, next one. So next one is the cellular organization of the body is the defining features of the life forms. So life forms whatever we see around us and we as well, that cells are the basic feature for our body system to work. Okay, so this is also a basic characteristic feature. What we see in the cell, in case of cell, that cells actually function as basic cells actually act as basic unit in whatever we see in the body system. What is happening as a organizational level or systematic level, that is actually the output of many cells present inside that body system. Okay, that's why we say cell is the basic unit of life also. Okay, so next one is the consciousness. So this is consciousness means alertness or responsiveness. Consciousness, whenever the situation around us, we can think of it, we can sense this situation or this environment outside our body system, right? That this consciousness means we respond to those, right? Whenever heat is there, so if it is not comfortable, it is not up to the limit of uh, tolerance, then we do something like escape from that place. Okay, we try to hide ourselves from that sunlight, excessive sunlight. Okay, so likewise in case of cold also, reverse process is happens. Okay, reverse process happens. Okay, that is fine. And so consciousness, we can say, obviously the defining property of living organisms. Okay, so next one. So now we come to diversity in the living world. So diversity, this is the biodiversity means whatever we see as a life forms is not same. No, it's not like all the organisms we see are same. Their characteristic feature, their phenomena inside their body, their way to handle the stress, their way to feed the food, everything in somewhat different from other organisms. So that's why this is the diversity. So many types are there, that's why the biodiversity. Okay, okay, thank you.